Knicks, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Dallas Cowboys. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been. Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Dallas Cowboys. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Check. check. Lucky.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the pistol, here's Elliott. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
180. Regular.
On third down, Elliott. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep, Deontay Harris. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over.
Set, ready, 50, plant. Bandit. Snap.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. He's got a first down past the 30, and he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
First down, Ravens.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
First down.
Break.
Mike 57. Push him back.
5.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his and eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
Go.
Check.
Leo. Hit.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run with Elliott. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. Andy Isabella, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Hey, orbit.
Check Mike 57, Mike 57. Right here. 57, come on.
Ready?
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
But it brings up 4th down.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll run it with Coleman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. And he whips that one incomplete there. Andy Isabella was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check 9, check 9. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Under crunch.
Throw it. Mayfield. Complete to Bryant. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Mayfield now. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Go on, go on. Now.
Here's 2nd and 8. Slings this deep from McLaurin. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Elliott. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
King! Hurry!
Check the call.
Here's Mayfield. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Second and 7 at the 13-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. To the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Andy Isabella with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is now 17-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
At the 31-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Coleman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
30 base.
Kristen Hill brought him down.
X3. 218, chop.
Brings up second.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Second and 9 now. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10.
4 down, check, check. Take 4, take 4. Jim. Run.
Blue draw quarters.
Switch.
Mayfield to throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
You can't block me.
Now Elliott. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Check.
2nd and 10. He's going deep for Brown. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Flush to his right. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Andy Isabella, 83 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Let's go, D. Big series right here, so we got to step it up.
He'll drop to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Let's see, and the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Everyone got four down.
Alert, 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 alert. Bravo.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He's going to rifle one deep left side. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Coleman now. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's Christian Covington who notches the sack there. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now back to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Following the interception, Mayfield. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Look at me, zipper.
They will run again with Coleman. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Look at me. Go.
Check. Fresno.
Rock it.
Switch. Sponge.
Ready.
They'll set up to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Here we go.
A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd and 1. Man open. That's Jaleel Scott. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back now in Arlington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Tight dog.
Squeeze. Snap.
They'll drop to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They start on the ground with Elliott. And an alley to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 39 yards there, a big one.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Mayfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Andy Isabella there to make the grab. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They go play action here on 1st down. Completes it to Coleman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
Leo! Smith!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll look to throw here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sail, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, high 7.
Hurry! Check Mike 99, Mike 99.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught by Bryant. There he goes, right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
King. Hey, Delta.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
2nd and 5. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Watch the left. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
Back to throw here. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down.
Ready?
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Troy Apke. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And he's going to go down as time has now run out